That's San Francisco.
Yeah. You're from LA. You're from Hollywood. What are you doing in Moscow?
Russians don't realize sometimes what they have.
Это шоу «Короче». Разговорное шоу, в котором мы в юмористическом ключе обсуждаем серьезные темы с людьми, чей реальный жизненный опыт отвечает этой теме. Все это для того, чтобы поделиться своими историями и посмотреть на вопрос со всех сторон. Короче, надо смотреть. В прошлом выпуске «Короче».
I feel like the friendship that I have in Russia are the most real ones I ever had.
I remember. Ну, кому я там вру, короче, вот смотрите.
You see the police in America, you run.
Я же девушка.
С нами по-прежнему Жак, родом из Камеруна, но вырос и учился в Париже, во Франции. Тони, коренной американец. Джонатан, сальвадорец, но американец.
How people react then they know that you are not from here, you're from America, you're from Cameroon.
Oh, actually, let's go back to the racism part. I haven't faced racism out here for 6 years
Yeah, me
till
neither.
like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, till like 2 weeks ago. I'm from LA. We face racism every day.
Sure.
You
So
know,
for you
it's
it's like,
nothing. Yeah. For me, yeah.
Thank you for bringing
for
back
me,
home.
For me, it's like a walk in the park. Yeah, let's go for a walk in the park. You know what I mean?
Thank you for bringing me back home. Like,
Yeah,
okay.
made me feel just like home. Yeah. But what was that other question that you just asked?
How people react about...
Oh man, the first question that people always ask, are you crazy?
Yeah.
You're from LA. You're from Hollywood. What are you doing in Moscow? I'm like, oh baby, please go live out there for a year. I'm not talking about vacations for a week or two.
Yeah, yeah.
Live out there.
People are
live out there,
thinking,
please.
they have this kind of perception that USA
Yeah.
is the paradise.
Yeah,
Sure.
exactly.
On,
Yeah.
on earth. If you go there, you will have a lot of money, you will have a lot of friends, everybody are friendly, the kindness, everybody.
You're gonna see Taylor
everything is
Swift
good.
walking
Yeah,
down the park
sure.
with you. You know what I mean?
That is exactly what it happens like to me all the time. I say, where are you from? San Francisco. And everyone, oh my God, San Francisco. They even have these, that's
you
San
crazy?
Francisco. They play the song for me.
that's true.
Oh,
San Francisco.
it's USA.
They love that song.
Кто в нем разбудил русского? Давайте, выключите.
So everyone asks like, why are you here? You crazy? You're from San Francisco. And we're like, and the exact same answer is always, go and live there.
Please.
Go and
For 1
see
year.
that everything
Yeah.
that you have seen on, the movies, on
on
the
Hollywood.
news,
Yeah.
is not true. It's not remotely true. San Francisco, it was a beautiful city.
Yeah, it was.
30 years ago. Like most of America, the American dream,
Like
because
when
that's,
you was child, yeah?
yeah, that was nice, right? That was really good.
I guess
but
even to like 20 years ago in the early 2000s,
it was still
very
nice,
good,
yes.
very
but
nice.
then
you
I
know?
tell people,
And like
the American,
2010s and up, it just got really
yeah,
weird.
after
Yeah.
the crisis and all that, it went down the hill. But then I tell people the American dream died like 40 years ago. Like the 60s, 70s, 80s, that was the American dream. Still exists, doesn't exist anymore. So when people say, why are you here? It's like, because here is better. You cannot believe it, but believe me, you can go and see it. Don't go for vacations, because in vacations you go rent your Mustang,
different
drive, and oh my
story.
God, this is Santa Monica, it's so great.
Get an Airbnb in Malibu, you know what I mean?
Go and live
Yeah.
every day. Take traffic every day. Don't get me wrong. There's
Pay
traffic here a lot.
taxes.
Pay
Yeah.
taxes.
Pay taxes,
Get
for
all
sure.
the homeless.
I pay taxes here, by the way.
Like like go to downtown San Francisco. It's a freaking show. It's just
It's a
terrible.
freak show,
Yeah,
dude.
it's just.
it's the same.
It's not
now.
real
Like
life.
a drug addict, yeah.
All the
Yeah,
staff,
yeah.
homeless, drug addicts,
It's like Hollywood
insecure.
Boulevard, the Walk of Fame.
That answer is like, go and live there and see that it's not with money. But you make money. True, but you can make money everywhere. And with money, you can live everywhere.
Бро, но это одно отношение. Это как русские смотрят на
American
иностранца из Америки,
Yeah.
из Франции, из Бельгии. Это совсем другое, когда, например, они идут ко мне уже.
Да.
Ты чувствуешь это?
Да.
Вот
Можно сейчас я добавлю? Сейчас, Жак, скажешь. I want to tell you, for Russian people, it's very pleasant to know that Americans decide to live here. This
It's better.
Yeah, I
it's
love it
very
out here.
pleasant for us, and we're glad to see Americans here. No, a lot of people,
Foreigners in general.
foreigners from Italy, from France.
From countries
from-
that we call first world countries that they are
Welcome.
so developed.
But,
I think.
which in our mind, when
Admire.
we was young,
Yeah.
we thought that these countries are better than ours.
Maybe back in
There's
the
a
days.
not big difference between
Back in
our
the
countries.
days-
Back in the days when you were a kid,
True.
they were, you know what I mean? But now, like, the tables have turned.
Yeah.
Now the tables have turned. And
Now
the
it's a
other way
different
around.
story, yeah.
It's a different story
so,
now.
So that's the right thing. Like again, the answer. This is always the question. The question you just ask is every time you get this question, why are you here? Like that's crazy. And then you go with the
You must be
currency.
out your mind.
Yeah, and everyone is like
Yeah.
the current situation is even harder. Like it's. I mean, it's the same thing. It's just life is really good in here, but the grass is always greener in the other side, right? Because that's the problem. The way I see it is like Russians don't realize sometimes what they have, right?
Yeah.
They don't understand it. Like for me, for example, I love the metro. This is a really specific thing I have. I love Moscow metro. It's insane. I just love it.
most
It's just
this place is
Lubov, like fully.
no,
And for everyone, like for a lot of people, it's like, this is I don't like to take it. I go by taxi, and I'm like, you guys don't get it, do you? Like,
How good is it?
how good, how cheap, how
I'm sure
efficient.
that soon-
It's how amazing. And then I was like, go to New York and take, the metro New York, and you'll see how good. And then, you will start seeing how good those small things are. That unfortunately, because you have it, this is the same thing about men in Russia. That Russian people are spoiled in the way that they don't understand how good they have it.
Yeah.
Because they think by all the movies that we make
Because
is
they
much better
live
over there.
Only in Russia. They
Yeah.
did not travel
True.
all over the world.
So they see the movies and they
Just
think it's amazing. Like, no,
Egypt.
but they're not showing real life. And that also happens
Turkish.
with men. Men are really spoiled with women here because women here are gorgeous.
Bro, don't speak about
Are
our shit.
absolutely gorgeous.
Touch that spot.
This is the
spot in
top-
that heart, huh?
Why am I
you say
married now,
women
bro?
out
I
here.
haven't any plan about that.
can't
I
talk
haven't
about
planned
it.
that.
Russian men are really spoiled in the fact that they understand that, if a woman is kind of being bitchy with them, they can just move on and get the next one because, the next one is going to be as attractive or even more.
Bro,
For us,
you can
it's
try.
not like that. We just get and we just found this super beautiful woman,
If
and
you
we're gonna
find
marry
your
her.
Natasha, you
Like,
marry her.
right, it's like, no, we
you are
marry
mine.
her.
Let's go.
But that's the thing about Russia. You guys are so spoiled.
Yeah.
Like you guys don't know
maybe.
Yeah.
how good you have it.
I married 12 years.
Me too.
I choose
By the way.
one girl, and
The prettiest.
Congratulations, by the way.
The prettiest one.
I have a next question. It's about the bad things in Russia. Is there anything bad that you do not like here? What you don't like in Russia?
Bro, there's a lot of things.
Please tell us.
First of all, I cannot say that Russian people can correct that because we all have that in our country. It's how people are feeling when they see something for the first time. Me, I'm a black person. Every time it's the same thing. Моя первая встреча каждый раз с русскими мужчинами, потому что женщины совсем по-другому как-то подходят. С
Ну, они
мужчинами.
более корректные, наверное.
Да,
женщины.
это, но скажу так, и тут ты сразу понимаешь тоже человек откуда. Когда это с москвичом, человек, который тут уже живет в этом котле,
Либо
уже там,
приехал
он
откуда-то.
уже все понимает. А тут же много приезжих постоянно.
Да.
И каждый раз одна и та же тусовка, одни и те же вопросы.
Например?
Ну, там, например, цвета кожи, вот там некорректно. И есть тоже обращение, вот, например, беру слово негр. Ты не с первого раза скажешь человеку, что тебе неприятно, когда тебя так называют. Ему пофиг, ему так учили в школе. То есть ему как учили в школе, так нормально. Ты, брат, не жалуйся, да? Меня так учили в школе. Блин, я тебе говорю тут, что мне больно, когда меня бьют по носу. А ты мне говоришь, что нет, мне сказали в детстве, что это хорошо, поэтому ты наслаждайся, бро, кайфуй. Вот видишь, вот то есть вот такие вещи. Тоже, если взять, не буду там затрагивать более глобальные, да, вопросы. Берем просто мелкие, с арендой.
Сложно арендовать.
Очень сложно. Сейчас даже они стали прятаться за законом говорят, что дают в аренду только людьми с гражданством. То есть уже никто не говорит там, что славянская внешность. Потому что, видимо, запретили. Но сейчас просто они прячутся за паспортом. Говорят, если у вас гражданство РФ, тогда мы можем с вами общаться. И когда ты идешь гражданством РФ, они видят, что ты, например, там чернокожий или там что-то другое, находят другой предлог, чтобы тебе отказать.
А у тебя есть гражданство РФ?
У меня лично нет. Чтобы вообще бежать от всех этих ситуаций, я просто тупо взял ипотеку 4 года назад, и у меня с этим уже проблем нет.
Do you have the same problems here then you try to rent?
Not really. I was thinking about that. There's one thing I don't like. It comes about how kind of services are set up. You know, about the renting and you being a foreigner and need a registration and all that. I really never had any issue finding an apartment. I mean, I just moved a few times, like maybe 2 or 3. It's not a lot. I've been lucky with that. But I have a specific issue, which is something I don't like, and I think that comes especially to Moscovites, like, you know, people from Moscow. Is like, as a foreigners, we need this registration every time we come to the country or live and all that. I found that really complicated, as they don't want to do it. Like the owners of the apartments, they don't want to give you the registration.
Do you know why? They made a lot of confusion between registration. No, там есть регистрация и прописка.
Yeah, exactly, true.
Yeah.
So
Nobody,
big difference.
You tell them that registration is just temporary.
Yeah.
I'm not in the...
It's not a problem.
that's absolutely true. So what you just said, that's what I got explained by Paulina, same thing, is that they are afraid of make this registration because I think it's the permanent and you just need the 1 year.
And there's an additional fee that they have to pay if there's an additional person registered in their house. So they're trying to avoid those additional costs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So based on that, like for me, it gets complicated. I'm a foreigner. I travel a lot. So every time I come back, I need to get the new registration. So that became kind of a pain in the ass, so to speak. And then you get the part of the renting where you get people that rents like no problem, we'll give you a contract, blah, blah, blah. Then you get the other ones that are like, I'll give you for 11 months.
Yeah.
So I don't give you a full year because then I don't have to pay taxes, but also pay me in cash. Don't get anything on digital, nothing. So those things, I found them annoying. I kind of understand you can get this in different countries. But for me, that would say something, oh, that's bad, right? That's it. But it's a really specific
typical
to
Western people problem.
Well, no, Russians also get it here.
Yeah.
Like, as I said, especially Moscow, like, you know, if you come to Moscow from any other city, it's not easy to get someone that give you registration and stuff like that because of that confusion, right? So it's not only for foreigners, it's more complicated for us because we really need it.
What do you want to tell?
I've got very lucky. I mean, in my case, I guess it could be because I've got a Russian wife, right? If you look at it like the way I do, right? I think it's a win-win situation for both, whether it's an 11-month contract. And either way, you still get a place to stay. They still get their money. Well, the registration, I've had that issue with my landlord, and I guess at first, I mean, like I told you, I got lucky. My wife talked her into it. And from the beginning, she's like, okay, I'll register you right now.
Like the issues I got is the first apartment I rent, the one you know in Park Culture.
Yeah.
There was a really nice location. It's just like my friend, she was my friend, but she was not in Russia, so she was in Bali, so it was impossible to register. Okay, not issue. And the second apartment I moved, the guy, no problem. Every time I travel in Cape, the guy just went to me, you know, made the registration. At the end, he was doing it online. Where I'm currently living, these guys are really old people. Like, they're like old people, babushka. So they're like, we don't want to do the registration. I don't care about the 11 months contract. Anyway, they renew it. So I don't have, you know, no problem with that. But it's like, no. And they asked me when we rent the first time, like, you have a registration. Luckily, I have it at that time. Otherwise, they would have said no, because they also, you know, want to make sure as a foreigner.
I didn't mention about it. That can be the problem, for you here.
Yeah. No, the problem is that when you make a прописка, permanent registration, first of all, you have to pay more for the жилые коммунальные услуги, because you have one more person in the house. Second, you can sell that house without
until everyone is
signs,
that okay, I'm leaving. So you have first to remove him from the house to sell it. And third is like when a person have a прописка somewhere, everything when they are looking for him, they will come to you. They will come to that place because it's permanent there. But it's always the same thing with the registration, the simple one. But people are afraid to be connected with you forever because it's permanent. While you are here, it's still working. So they are just like, okay, maybe you will do it somewhere.
I found how the system works in Russia is pretty good. The Gosуслуги and all the stuff is really,
Yeah.
different from
it's so
Germany. The
convenient.
Germany is
Yeah.
a nightmare.
Госуслуги, that's a great thing.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Gosуслуги is a great, you are in Russia for 6 years, yeah? You have
Yeah.
6.
6. Bro,
No,
10,
back in the day.
12
yeah.
years ago.
No, of course. But 20 years ago in every country, brother.
Holy shit.
It's the
It was
same
like,
in every country. 20
you know,
years ago.
Believe me, 20
Yeah, it's
years
true.
ago.
The
20
first
years ago, even the
sentence.
first world countries were like,
Yeah, come on.
we didn't have that.
The first sentence I learned when I come to Russia is "Кто последний?" because of the rank. Everywhere you go.
Who's the last? Who's the last?
Polyclinic.
Yeah, true.
Every time you go, it's "Бебангера." "Кто последний?" Yeah, and before you have like something like 100.
But it was again, it was the same everywhere 15 years ago. So
Yeah,
again,
that's-
as now is
Online,
the
you do
system
it- you
it's
do
really
your
good.
thing.
I just find that a little bit more complicated. I'll give you an interesting, fact. The person that actually did the registration for me here in Moscow, he was a guy that lived in France. And he faced this kind of problems because in France you also need to sort of registration when you're a student and stuff like that. So he understand how important and complicated it is. So he was happy to do it for me as a foreigner. He was like, he understand the struggle, right? So he was no problem. Like, which a lot of
Russian
locals, they
are
don't.
not
So for them, as you said,
understanding.
I don't want any issue with this. But that will be about it. I don't think there is any other bad thing I will find here. Oh, the
I mean,
metro.
that's the most common problem for the majority of foreigners.
True.
They no matter where they come from. I just got lucky, but the majority of them, they all face this problem with the registration. And no matter how many years they've been here, they still face the problem every time they move, no
True.
matter where they move.
I will tell you one thing about registration. Then I married on my wife. I lived in her parents' house, and after 3 years, my mother-in-law don't want to make me registration.
That's a tough one.
you are Russian.
You drove her
You are
nuts.
Russian.
Yeah.
It's
You drove her nuts,
I
man.
don't
She
think
wanted
that
you
for
out
you
of
is
there.
a big deal.
The first time,
She wanted to kick you out.
some
right?
years ago, you was needed to renew your registration every 6 months
6 months?
if you from other city. Not from Moscow.
They want
So
Okay.
yeah, and it was a little bit problem
Got it.
to me. And now I make registration when I bought.
Yeah, now you
the
have your own
house.
place.
Yeah, but that Gosуслуги, man, it's a great app, man. 3 years ago, I moved here to Moscow 3 years ago next month. In Siberia, they didn't have that.
Yeah, true.
My
It's
daughter,
really-
my daughter is born out there. She was born in Siberia, right? We had to go every time we had to go see the doctor for her doctor's appointments. We had to go to the reception desk at the clinic, pick this huge book, and take this book to her doctor every time. Now, it's the medical book. It's like the medical book.
A medical book,
Yeah, and it's like it has her medical history of all the visits, every time she got sick, everything, right? All the tests, all the stuff,
Here,
right?
it's electronic.
Here,
It's
the moment we moved here,
electronic.
everything was just on the phone.
On the phone,
On that Gosуслуги or that
very useful,
MES,
yeah.
which is so convenient, It's so convenient.
One thing, funny story as well. One thing that I was shocked back in the day when I came to Russia for the first time. It was about money transfer. Like every time we're like people saying, "Okay, how are you gonna pay me?" I would just take my phone and just transfer me, something like that.
What?
That was blow minding for me because
Why?
we don't
Why?
like just transfer money by the phone because we
Отправить деньги вот так по
used to
телефону.
use Venmo.
Пожалуйста,
that's-
там ты так не
It's
сделаешь.
difficult.
Там надо зайти в приложение, там что-то там сделать, там это...
Oh, you know what? That surprised me.
Тем более, если это банк другой еще, там это
Сложно.
просто сложно.
Yeah.
А тут в России,
So
That surprised me in China because I moved to China before I moved
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
and
like
Chinese
that.
already have that. They have no
Alipay,
cash.
Alipay and
WeChat.
WeChat.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of problems with Alipay and WeChat when I was in China because sometimes it works good.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't work at all. I take to China a lot of cash.
I did too.
Visa from Tajikistan.
Yeah.
My Visa card from Tajikistan. A Russian Union Pay card.
Which works there.
Yeah. And I use all types of pay. Alipay, WeChat, but they all use only apps.
Yeah.
WeChat, Alipay.
Yeah, it's only apps. Just like out here now.
There is the old lady who sells you like corn, and there is a QR code.
No, it's like SPB.
For me, that was wow. Like, you know, you come here and then just give me your phone number. I can, you know, transfer your money. Or the people performing on the streets, you know, playing guitar, and they just have a like sign.
QR code.
Please transfer here.
Oh, I loved it.
And I was
loved
like,
it. You know why?
What's that? You know, and at the beginning I couldn't have an account because I was only a tourist. And I was like, what's that? Like, you literally just asking people just to transfer you money? I mean, how advanced are we getting? We don't get these in America until like maybe with Zelle, like a year or two
Cash
ago.
app,
But before it was like, oh, you need Venmo, you need PayPal, you need some sort of app. So, and that, I'm talking about 6 years ago. This is not new. They were already doing it 6 years ago, and I was like, you guys got it so simple. How are not, you know, we are not able to do it? Same thing with the, you know, PayPal. Like that was another thing that it was here. You guys already had it, like, you know, and so the people just using the car. And I got my first Bank of America with, you know, the PayTap like in 2022, something like that, because we didn't have it before, and you guys already have it for
very long ago.
Exactly. So that's what is really interesting to me. Like when they tell you there's no technology in Russia, and then you come and they have all these like the vending machines. They already have like PayTap cards, and I was like,
now you can use your QR. You don't even need a card. Use a QR code.
QR code.
So last time I forgot my card at home, I went to the ATM, scanned it with my QR code, and pulled cash out.
I don't even carry on my cards anymore because here.
Do you know that now you can take money to the
from
bank,
ATM
but without any card?
Any card.
Yeah.
Just with your face.
Oh no!
Okay, but
Scan
that's too
your
much
face
for
and
me.
GDP. Yeah, bro,
You
it's
can take
working.
money.
Shit, I didn't know that.
But
In the metro, you can pass.
Oh yeah, I know
just
the metro.
scanning your
Yeah, I
face.
know that metro.
yeah,
one.
but that's already for me. It's too much. I wouldn't go
I was,
that.
the
that
first
far.
time I was like, holy.
But in China, we were in China. They make a photo of you.
The moment
then
you get
arrive
in the airport, the moment you step in the airport.
After that, if you want to
And
go
fingerprints
somewhere,
right away.
They take your fingerprints. And if you want to go somewhere, we were at Chanjanze, the national park. That's like Avatar Mountains, very beautiful place. And then you enter it first day. Scan your tickets, scan your face, and if you the tickets, it's like for 4 days. You can go there 4 days, and if you go there the second day, they show you your face from the first visiting, and just open the gates.
I think that's too much. I'm also a little bit, you know, with your personal privacy information kind of thing. They know, but they can know, but not that much. So, I mean, that's at least
we are complaining about privacy. At the same time, when you have a site in internet, you are the first person who put all your information.
All
by
your
yourself. Nobody
information.
asks you. You put
Except all the cookies.
your birthday, your
the trackers.
But again,
No, I need to.
you agree?
I need the
And I will
secure. I need a password. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
True.
Good. Yeah.
well,
Everybody,
that's how you manage
But
security.
we are
For me, it's
complaining.
like I don't use.
How can you complain about something that is public? When you are going to the park, you don't have any privacy. You are just walking between people, and you have to feel safe when they have to feel safe. So everybody has to know that you are there, and they have to know that you are there. Nobody will put the camera in your home. When they will do that, okay, that will be scary. But for a moment, if you go to the park,
Yeah, no, I mean,
and you can use
that's
all
fine.
this stuff just to, because, you know, now in Moscow, if you lose your phone somewhere, you have 90% chances to get it back.
Oh yeah, that's so good. Yeah.
And
If you lose your phone in Paris,
Oh, you will
bro,
never
go and
see it
buy
again.
another one.
Yeah.
You'll never find it again.
Just
Yeah,
go
that's
and
true.
buy
That's
Like
true.
not even really anywhere in Europe or in America. That's like
Pickpockets. Okay, now pickpockets, they are coming back because in the Red Square just a few days ago,
Карманников ты видел, да?
эти цыгане,
Цыгане.
они украли кошелек моей сестры.
Серьезно?
Она
Oh,
пофоткалась, да,
what?
они там
For
шли, и no,
Gypsies.
they're gypsies, yeah.
yeah, but I think they catch them really
But
fast here.
they
though.
catch,
Yeah.
They
Oh,
caught
and
us.
now,
You see, that's the thing out here. You can't get away. You get
thing is
caught
that
real quick.
3-4 years ago, they was like afraid to do that. They was always afraid to do that because if you did that, bro, first of all, you was feeling like you are, like a dog between the cats. Like, why am I so different?
Yeah.
Even in the metro, if your bag fall or your phone, somebody will catch it and give it to you. If someone found it somewhere, they will give it back to the police station, and you will come and get it back.
I have one more question to you. What's about medical care? There's a big
a
difference
difference,
between medical care in US. I think there's a big difference in the medical care in France, in Cameroon. Please tell me.
In France is another thing. I will not speak about French medical care because I deal with that. In Cameroon, we have another system. It's like pay and get it. And it's not so, I can say, okay, yeah, we are just paying for drugs. We are paying the doctor for some cares. And
Drugs?
It's not expensive. In Russia, when I was a student, when you come, every year you have to pay your medical insurance. And for all the year, they will take care of you. So we have
But it's cheap, very cheap.
Yeah,
insurance.
it was something like 6,000 rubles, $200 by this time. It's because $1 was 30 рублей.
Wow, yeah.
Но вот для тех людей сейчас, которые, как я, которые живут просто в городе, у тебя два варианта. Либо у тебя хорошая страховка, которая покрывает там все возможные случаи, либо у тебя минимальная страховка для того, чтобы ты мог обратиться к врачам, по мелким случаям, да. Но если с тобой случится прям беда,
Тебе все равно бесплатно.
тебе вот первые оказания, вот эти, когда скорая приезжает, это
во-первых,
база,
она
это
приедет
для всех.
бесплатно,
Это
она
приятно,
заберет.
что это открыто для всех. Неважно, кто ты, собака, человек или дерево. Упал, приехали, посмотрели. Первое, тебя сначала привезли к чувствам, и потом дальше уже начнут там разбираться, у тебя есть страховка или нет, или там что. И от этого ты не платишь ни копейка. Если во Франции к тебе приехала скорая, тебя лечили, братан, год будешь работать бесплатно. Сейчас у тебя нет страховки, блин.
I'm trying to call an ambulance in Italy.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And they, first of all, they didn't come. First of all, they didn't come. The second, I take my wife and we go to an ambulance to the hospital. Yeah. And we came there and they give us the bracelet. It can be white, red, blue.
Like the ones that you get a text at the hospitals. Yeah.
If you have the serious problem with your health, they give you the red one. My wife has the strongest earache. She can't even talk. It was very painful. She cried. She asking for help, and we came to the hospital. And they give us the white bracelet. And after 1.5 hours, I asked the guy there, how long need we wait? He said like 9 or 10 hours.
Whew. Good
Just
Lord.
nine
Hey, you know what?
or-
That's also very common in America. In America, it's very common like that. In LA, first of all, it takes forever for them to attend you, to get attended by a special medical doctor, or the one thing that's good is that it's free. In LA, it's free. We get free medical. Not everyone applies for this, but if you know how to trick the system, it's free. Yeah. Any other like major surgery, it's super expensive.
Yeah.
So people look for alternatives. Like for example, with my family, my grandma had to get her knee replaced. It was like $7,000-8,000 dollars, and she found it for like $1,000 some country in Latin America, and it was with the full treatment and everything. Out here, I think that if you ask me about the medical system, they say America has like the best doctors in the world.
Nah.
Maybe they do, They're really great out there too. But here, the doctors also surprised me. My wife, when we came out here, she got pregnant, right? We was in Siberia. They did the ultrasound, the first ultrasound. They found a tumor inside of her while she's pregnant, and they say they got to operate her with the baby. Yeah. I'm thinking, wow, I'm mind blown. How are they gonna do this? You know, this is something that it's rare. Like not even around the world. Like it's a rare operation. You know. So then I'm already thinking the worst. You know, I have the worst thoughts running through my head. Well, long story short, the doctors were able to make the whole operation successfully. Took the tumor out, the baby back in, survived. Yeah. And my baby came out fully healthy.
Did it cost to you something?
Free.
It's free.
Free.
For
Oh,
free.
in America,
No,
it would have been
Because
cost.
she's Russian.
Yeah. Well, for
She-
me, yeah, she's Russian. She got free. When I see the doctors, I have a residency out here, a permanent, they call it VNG, right? With the VNG, I get free medical, you know? So I don't have to pay for nothing out here.